This is Into the Storm, where winning starts within. The mental performance podcast for athletes, coaches, competitors, and leaders. No hype, no noise, just the mindset that keeps you grounded when it matters most. Let's step into the beam. Every field, every court, every course, every arena has a scoreboard. Runs, points, goals, time. It's how everyone measures the game. But every athlete is playing a second game at the exact same time. A game with another scoreboard, one nobody else can see. The invisible scoreboard. And here's how it works. Let's say you strike out. The real scoreboard doesn't change much. Maybe it's just 1 out. But your invisible scoreboard says, oh man, I'm 0 for 2. I always struggle against good pitching. My coach is probably frustrated with me. I've got to make up for this. Suddenly, you're losing 7-0 in a game that only exists inside your head. The next at bat isn't about the pitcher anymore. It's about catching up with your invisible scoreboard. That's why athletes press. That's why they force things. That's why one mistake becomes 3. Because they're trying to erase a score nobody else can see. Here's something that I tell athletes a lot. The scoreboard doesn't care how you feel, and your feelings shouldn't become the scoreboard. One bad shot doesn't mean you're shooting poorly. One turnover doesn't make you careless. One bad inning doesn't erase months of preparation. But if your invisible scoreboard starts keeping track of fear instead of facts, every moment feels bigger than it really is. Think about the best competitors you've ever watched. They don't ignore mistakes. They just refuse to let those mistakes update the wrong scoreboard. They know exactly what the real score is, and they leave the rest behind. Parents, sometimes we accidentally add points to our athlete's invisible scoreboard. A disappointed look, a long lecture after the game, a car ride filled with a lot of analysis. And without realizing it, we're telling them this mistake matters more than you think. Instead, help them reset the score. Ask, what did you learn from it? What are you taking into tomorrow with it? Don't make one performance carry extra weight. Coaches, your athletes already know when they make mistakes. They don't need someone adding another run to the invisible scoreboard. But they do need someone reminding them the next play is still available. Correct it, teach it, and then let's move on. The best coaches shorten recovery time. And here's one for the business leaders. It doesn't stop when sports ends. You might have a difficult meeting, a missed opportunity, maybe an unhappy customer calls, and suddenly your invisible scoreboard says, I'm failing. Well, no, you're not. You had one difficult moment, so keep the score accurately. Don't let one event become your identity. Sports psychology research shows that athletes who stay focused on the present, be where your feet are, the present task, rather than evaluating themselves after every play, perform more consistently under pressure. You see, the brain performs best when it solves the next problem, not when it keeps replaying the last old one. So here's today's drill from our coach's clipboard. The next time something goes wrong, ask yourself one single question. What does the real scoreboard actually say? Not, what's the story I'm telling myself? Separate facts from fiction, then compete with the facts. So here's today's direction. Every performance has 2 scoreboards. One measures the game. The other measures the story you're telling yourself. But only one of them really deserves your attention. Protect the invisible scoreboard. Because if you win that one, the visible one often takes care of itself. So if today's episode gave you direction, share it with a teammate, a coach, a parent, or someone who's letting one mistake define an entire performance. And if you'd like practical mental performance coaching delivered every week, join the free Lighthouse letter at coachronmpm.com. So until next time, stand a little taller, breathe a little slower, trust your lighthouse, and remember, winning starts within. This is Coach Ron. No matter how rough the waters get, the beam is still on, and now you know how to find it. I'll meet you back here next time, Into the Storm, where winning starts within. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review, and comment.